dear students. Today we will discuss the remaining parts of this chapter, Kinsip, caste and class. So now we will discuss about beyond birth means resources and status, VARNA and also access to property, then social scenario sharing wealth and the social differences, and at last handling test how the Mahabharata is divided into two categories about the that is the narrative and deductive, and at last we will discuss the language and content. So now we will start the first slide means that is the beyond birth. So let's start. See, during course of rivalry between Kauravas and Pandavas, issue of ownership also figure in Dharma Shastras and Dharma Sutras. According to Dharma Shastras and Dharma Sutras, why the battle was started means why the both brothers means the cousin brothers among the between Kauravas and Pandavas, the rivalry and how it was one of the issue became one figure we can know through the धर्म शास्त्र and धर्म सूत्रस. हमको धर्म शास्त्र के माध्यम से पता चलता है कि कौरव्स एंड पांडव्स के भीतर में क्या प्रतिद्वंदिता था. Next point, paternal estate. It was to be divided equally amongst sons after the death of parents. Parents का death के बाद जो paternal property जो होता है, it should be divided equally amongst the son. That was also one of the reason. And during the period of Mahabharata, women could not claim share of these resources. उस समय में women का प्रॉपर्टी के ऊपर में दावी करना अधिकार नहीं था. Women were not allowed to retain gifts they received. They were also not allowed to retain gifts those they received. And social differences between men and women were sharpened because in differences in access to poverty. And during the time also we can know according to Manusmriti, according to Dharma Shastras and also Dharma Sutras, the social differences was there between the men and women. It was so sharpened. So next, here it is Draupadi's question. It is one of the most important character of Mahabharata. And during the time, what was the question of Draupadi's and during which time she asked question. See, all of you know that Draupadi is supposed to have asked Yudhishthir whether he had lost himself before taking her. Two contrary opinions were expressed in response to this question. All of you know that Arjun, the third Pandav, he was the third Pandav, he married Draupadi. But during the taking means how Yudhishthir whether he had lost himself before taking her. क्योंकि ना हमको सबको पता है अर्जुन ने स्वयंवर में जीत करके द्रौपदी के साथ शादी किए थे, लेकिन वचन की साथ मतलब माँ कुंती के कहने के हिसाब में उन द्रौपदी को 5 भाइयों को शादी करना पड़ा. लेकिन वो एक मतलब 5 ओरिजिनली वो अर्जुन का ही पत्नी थी, लेकिन जब खेल स्टार्ट हुआ था जिसको पसा खेल बोला जाता है, ड्यूरिंग द टाइम युधिष्ठिर ने उनको बंधक रख दिए थे मींस स्टैकिंग हेयर. टू कंट्रारी ओपिनियंस वर एक्सप्रेस्ड इन रिस्पांस टू दिस क्वेश्चन. जब द्रौपदी को युधिष्ठिर ने हार गए थे ड्यूरिंग द टाइम द्रौपदी को जो 2 क्वेश्चन थे वो पूछे थे दैट इवन इफ युधिष्ठिर हैज लॉस्ट हिमसेल्फ अर्लियर हिज वाइफ रिमेन्ड अंडर हिज कंट्रोल सो ही कुड स्टेक हेयर. ये तो एक है मतलब युधिष्ठिर को कुछ अधिकार नहीं था क्योंकि ना वो 5 भाई का पत्नी है तो युधिष्ठिर अकेले उनको बंधक नहीं रख सकते. एंड ऐसे भी युधिष्ठिर ने पहले से ही मतलब लॉस्ट हिमसेल्फ, वो खुद हार गए थे. हारने वाला इंसान एक ठो और किसी को बंधक रख के क्यों ना उनके साथ द्रौपदी भी हार गए थे, लेकिन फिर कैसा द्रौपदी को वहां पे स्टेक रखा गया था. एंड 2 then on an unfree man युधिष्ठिर could not stake another person. और यहाँ पे सेकंड नंबर में भी द्रौपदी ने बोले थे कि आप तो खुद हार चुके हो तो आपका कुछ अधिकार नहीं है दूसरे इंसान को वहां पे स्टेक मतलब बाजी में लगाना. सो दैट वाज द द्रौपदीज क्वेश्चन टू युधिष्ठिर. नेक्स्ट वन, वर्ना एंड एक्सेस टू प्रॉपर्टी. प्रॉपर्टी को कैसा वर्ना वाइज डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया गया था. सी, अकॉर्डिंग टू ब्राह्मणिकल टेस्ट Another criteria for regulating access to whether wealth was Varna. Already we have known that Varna, that is four categories: Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishyas and Sudra. So the only occupation prescribed for Sudra was servitude. यहाँ पे पूरा क्लियर कट इंफॉर्मेशन दिया हुआ है माइथोलॉजिकल पीरियड में, एंशिएंट पीरियड में जो शूद्र कैटेगरी जो है दोज वेर सर्विंग द थ्री अदर वर्नस बट they were the शूद्रस वाज सर्विट्यूड, उनको सर्विट्यूड के हिसाब में मतलब एक ठो सेवक के हिसाब में उनको प्रेस्क्राइब किया गया है. While variety of occupations were listed for men of first three varnas. जैसा कि first three varnas में already we have discussed about Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishyas, but their occupation was finalized. But last one, Shudras, they were only the servitude, means they were only served the three categories. It is also identified and prescribed. And the wealthiest men, Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, ब्राह्मणस एंड क्षत्रियस को वेल्थिएस्ट मैन के हिसाब में कैटेगरी वाइज किया गया है. एंड अनदर लेवल वर्ण ऑर्डर्स वेर आल्सो क्रिटिसाइज्ड, तो इसलिए यहाँ पे वर्णस को क्रिटिसाइज्ड भी देखने के लिए मिलता है. सो द वेल्थिएस्ट मैन ब्राह्मणस एंड क्षत्रियस, इट इज मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट थिंग. एंड नंबर सेकंड इज द थर्ड वर्ण, मींस द three varnas, the variety of occupations were listed for them. And at last the Sudras were, means Sudras was servitude. They were also prescribed like this according to mythological period, means according to Dharma Sutras and Dharma Shastras. So handling test, means historians and the Mahabharata. Here is one of the most important point also given here. We should clearly elaborate it inside our mind, and we should go towards the depth knowledge about the mythology. Historians examine because it shows how we can go ahead in our life. So historians examine that whether texts were written in Prakriti, Pali और संस्कृत. यहाँ पे historians जो है वो examine किए थे वो टेक्स्ट को, जैसा कि महाभारत ने प्राकृत, पाली और संस्कृत भाषा में लिखा गया था. And but the original story it was written in Sanskrit and it was composed by charioteers accompanied Kshatriya warriors to battlefield. और यहाँ पे रथ और को लेकर के कैसा कि वहाँ पे ज्यादा तरफ यहाँ पे बैटल के ऊपर में ही आइडेंटिफाई किया गया है और कंपोज किया गया है. दैट वाज आल्सो in Sanskrit language. And there were also vivid descriptions of battles, forests and settlements, or some important descriptions also there. Vivid means clearly describe about the battles, forest and settlements. Means they considered different texts, historians, and also they further found some interesting mantras which were learnt and chanted by the experts. And stories were read out by people and retold if liked again to others. And historians try to know the possible date and place of compilation of the text. And the historians also tried to know actually date and also the place and during the compilation of the text. So that is the handling test. historians का काम यहाँ पे बहुत था क्योंकि ना जो भी हुआ था रियल इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं मिलने तक उसको बुक में मतलब रिसर्च करने के बाद भी they tried to know the possible date, place of compilation of the test. उनको उसको जानने के बाद ही वो यहाँ पे क्लियर कट इंफॉर्मेशन मॉडर्न इन सोसाइटी को दे पाएंगे. सो दैट वाज द मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट responsibility of historians. One of the okay, so last one is that another slide it is here, dynamic test. The growth of Mahabharata did not stop with Sanskrit version. Over the centuries versions were written in variety of languages and also the several new stories found their way into epic, and at the same time the central story of epic was often retold in different ways and episodes were depicted in sculptures and paintings, and text also provided a wide range of arts, plays, dance and other kind of narrations. See students, here is most important question can come. Mahabharata, the growth of Mahabharata did not stop with Sanskrit version. Over the centuries, Mahabharata ko it is written according, and its writing style is also divided into two categories. One is the narrative and another is deductive. Means the Mahabharata was written in Sanskrit, but originally the Sanskrit used in the text, it was simpler than that used in the Vedas or Prasasti of Gupta period, and it is divided into two categories. Always that question will come to your exam. That was the one is the narrative story and another is the deductive. Deductive may only the stories we can know about the stories, how the two brothers they were fighting between each other only for the property, paternal property, that is clearly described about in the deductive story. But narrative may it gives us the social message. Narrative में हमको ये social message देता है एंड डिडक्टिव में ओनली स्टोरी हमको पता चलता है कि क्या है महाभारत में, कौन सा तरीका में उसमें उस स्टोरी को आइडेंटिफाई किया गया है. और देर आर सेवरल न्यू स्टोरीज ऑल्सो फाउंड देयर वे इनटू द एपिक. ये इतना बड़ा महाग्रंथ है हमारा हिंदू रिलीजियन का, जो कि वहां पे हजार हजार न्यू स्टोरीज भी हम लोग उसमें से क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. एंड इट इज द फाउंडेशन पार्ट ऑफ आवर हिंदू रिलीजियन. And at the same time, the central story of epic was often retold the different ways, and episodes were depicted in sculptures and painting. और बहुत सारा sculptures, painting को भी देख के हमको पता चलता है कि what kind of the epic, sacred epic for us it is. Because during the time Srimad Bhagavad Gita originated, which is the sacred book of our Hindu religion. So bibliography, at last, it is the only the 3 points is here: the ancient history encyclopedia and the meaning of the Mahabharata, V.S. Sukhantakar, India's ancient past, R.S. Sharma, and Kinsip organization in India, Iravati Karve. Means here is encyclopedia, means V.S. Sukhantakar भी महाभारत को मीनिंग को लेकर के रिसर्च किए थे और बहुत एक क्रिटिकल एडिशन था उनके लिए. Then R.S. Sharma also India's ancient past, it was written by him. And Kinsip organization in India, that was also discovered by Iravati Karve. So this was the bibliography. So now the chapter is completed, and also you should try to know what I am saying through this video, and also that there are different important points also elaborated, the difference inside the different slides. So students, try to understand and also write that points in your copies. So till then, bye, and next time I will make the next chapter's video.